Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show.
The Hodaki Big Show.
With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Friday afternoon, the 18th of August, 2023. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show live from Beervana in Wellington. And Mogi, you absolute stallion, looking fantastic in your Backbone T-shirt. How's life, mate?
Well, thanks very much, mate. Well, it's hard to look bad in a Backbone T-shirt, isn't it? If you get your hands on one, you sort of your sexual appeal goes through the roof.
Yeah.
So bloody joy to be here. A beautiful day in the capital city and a beautiful day to get yourself down to Beervana. Keezy is sitting next to me and he is frothing harder than a keg.
I am frothing. I mean, it's called Beervana. It's Nirvana, but with beers. So I'm a happy boy. They're ushering out the first session now. There's going to be a quick changeover. In the second session, esteemed people who are drinking responsibly will come in. In that break, I'm going to be getting amongst
and
making the most of no queues.
Just to, paint a picture with words to the audience out there, fellas, when we arrived here, she was chocker full.
Yeah.
She was quite intimidating coming in. Now, everyone has left for the first session, so she's empty. So basically, the whole of Beervana is open to the big show. So in between songs, fellas, how do you feel about having a bit of a wander around, a bit of a taste or two?
Yeah, I'm keen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty keen. I'm keen to get my hands on some of the beverages that are making the people here look the way they look. But it looks like it's taken them a few hours to get to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I tell you what, it's going to be an absolutely massive show. Tune in and text 3483 if you've got shout out Friday. In the meantime, let's take off with a bit of Daft Punk.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Daft Punk there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon, live from Beervana, and I tell you what, she's going off. Well, actually, I lie. We're in the middle of the sessions here, and everyone's just left as soon as the show started, so it's actually beautifully quiet all of a sudden.
Well,
fellas.
actually, Jace, just on that, I've heard word that the sessions haven't ended. People just cleared out as soon as our show started.
Oh, is that what you hear, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a shame.
But I tell you what,
because we've got some great stuff coming up, man. Some great material, Mogi.
Well, what's happening now?
Pardon?
What's happening right now?
Oh, right now it's time for
The Big Poll.
And once again, a very simple one today. Talking with your Uber driver, yes or no?
now, one thing I've noticed with Uber is that if you book an Uber Comfort, I think, you can toggle the switch at the bottom that says...
What's a toggle?
It's a switch. You tap on it and it switches it from on to off.
It's a button.
It's a button, Jace.
Okay.
Imagine a button.
Yeah, just a button. You push the button and it says, do you want your Uber driver to talk to you? And you can flick that on or off. And I can't imagine anyone ever saying, no, I don't want my Uber driver to talk to me.
Yeah, I can't imagine what kind of massive a-hole would actually do something like, no, don't talk to me.
Yeah,
No,
that's
exactly.
true. Because, Mogi, you do it, eh?
Well, no, that's not what I do because you actually have to pay extra for that. What I do is I get in there and he works it out from the vibe.
Right.
He works out from the vibe that there's no time for chat with old Mogi.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
But seriously, though, do you have to pay more to do that?
To get Uber Comfort.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
more.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, I'm exactly the same as you, Mogi. It depends what mood I'm in. If I'm in a chatty mood and it's a short trip, sure, I'll make a bit of an effort. But if I'm on a long journey, shut it.
When was the last time you were in a chatty mood?
Oh, look. Every day from 4 to 7, Mogi. Every day from 4 to 7. Actually, no, to be fair, I don't mind a bit of chit-chat.
Oh, no.
It depends how I feel, though, to
Hey,
be
look,
honest
just
with you.
on that note, if you ever see Hoity J, stop him for a chat, all right? He always is keen for a bit of a chit-chat.
It's funny, actually, because I was getting texts from old Keezy here on his way into this Uber, having an absolute tanty about his Uber driver, pushing the pump and the brakes all the time. He apparently didn't turn properly. He was having an absolute tantrum about the whole thing.
Well, I could tell the story if you want. Basically, he was off and on the gas pedal.
I've already heard this.
I know, but New Zealand has an Aotearoa needs to hear this.
No, it was better when Jace was just telling us.
Oh, Jace, you tell it, because it probably will end with a steamer if Jace tells it.
Yeah, but we want to know your opinion, so text us 3483 talking to your Uber driver, yes or no, or you could give us a call on 0800 Hodaki and make sure you go on the Instagram account and have a vote there, fellas. What do you say?
Yeah, do it.
You feel like a bit of Foo Fighters?
Oh!
Yeah, let's do it.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, yeah, the Foo Fighters here on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon. Hey, how's the rest of the country doing, by the way, on 3483? Don't forget it's Shout Out Friday, so text us and let us know how you're getting on, because it's beautiful here in Welly.
All right, Jay, speaking of shout-outs, by the way, shout-out to my son Liam, partner Jessica, brand new granddaughter Sadie, and that's from Papa G.
Hey, I tell you what, Papa G, keep an eye out. There's going to be a bit of merch for that little baby Sadie coming up.
Oh,
very soon.
Yeah,
Just
really good
there,
point.
just on the quiet there.
Really good point. Any text there on 3483, fellas, Uber drivers, chatting with your Uber driver, yes or no?
I get in an Uber to get away from the talking. No chat, thanks.
Yeah.
But I still don't think people would ever toggle the switch to say, don't talk to me, you know. Someone here is asking if they could get this option for the big show, no chat. So keep those texts coming in on 3483.
What an absolute backbone he is.
But, Jace, I was halfway through my awesome story about my Uber
tell
driver.
us, fill us in, Keezy, because I'll be honest with you, I sort of switched the phone off by then. But no, let the rest of the country know.
All right. Well, Jace, you paying attention?
Yeah, mate.
All right. So what happened is I hopped in my Uber there, 7:45 it was. Nice fella. Hopped out, opened the door for me, which is great. Just a regular Uber.
Oh,
really nice guy.
That's next level, Keezy.
Yeah. Hopped in there. He had the radio off. He was blowing his nose the entire way, and he was off and on the gas. He was jerking with the wheel. Jerking all over the shop. I got seasick.
Jerking with the wheel?
With the steering wheel. It was jerky the way he was doing it.
Just clarifying that.
Yeah, and so it was just me silently in the back, him sniffing a lot and jerking the wheel there.
Because I imagine if he's blowing his nose and coughing out germs, that massive honker of yours is bound to hoover up every germ in the car pretty quick.
Yes, although I tried to hoover them up, but it couldn't, because even though your nose was like 20 kilometres away, it was sucking everything in like a black hole.
It was really interesting, actually, because my Uber driver, Jazz, his name was.
Oh, yeah?
Jazz.
No, that was the type of car, Jace.
And he seemed kind of shy, and he didn't really talk to me the entire trip, Mogi. And then when we got to the end of the trip and I was stepping out the car, he looked at me and he said, Jace, I just want to say this, mate. You're a legend.
Oh, really?
So I think maybe it was a case of, like, he was feeling intimidated by having old Hoodie Jay in the back seat, and he didn't quite know what to say, Mogi.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
My trip couldn't have been better, actually. Incredible driving performance. Got there on time, no issues whatsoever. The passengers were feeling safe the entire time. Smooth, 5 stars.
Oh,
5 stars. 5 stars.
Yeah,
well, so you had Jazz. Who was your Uber driver?
It was me. Yeah, I just took my own car out there. And I'll tell you what, man, beautiful driving performance. Actually, not unlike me on the go-karts. If you remember, Keezy, when you were staring at the back of my car the whole time there, weren't you, eh?
Yeah, I could see from where I was, because you guys were having a good old battle, weren't you? Hey, keep those texts coming on 3483. Also go to our Instagram account and have a vote on talking with your Uber driver, yes or no, in the meantime. This is a tune. This is a tune for a Friday.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keezy.
Oh, yes, indeed. REM there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon, live from Beervana in Wellington. I've got a very special guest on the show with us right now, Ryan MacArthur, who's the organiser of this huge event. Ryan, you mad bastard, how's life?
It's pretty good, mate. My eyes are still open.
Yeah.
I've been awake since about 4:30 this morning.
Oh, yeah, same here.
Had to do another radio interview at 4:20.
Yeah.
That went for about 2 minutes. And
Just off the bat there, mate, in all seriousness, I mean, obviously this is a big thing to organise.
Mm-hmm.
When do you start up with it all in terms of getting it all sorted out?
So this is my full-time job.
Right, okay.
This is what I do all year. So I start next year's one a few months ago. and it just rolls around like that. So we go from this weekend straight into all the review processes, and at that time we're immediately jumping into doing the next one.
Yeah,
and it takes a long time to get to this point, and
that's a lot of pressure on 2 days. 2 days activity. You know what I mean? Because you want it to go well for those 2 days. If you've been working on it all year,
it's a lot of pressure. I mean, I think a couple of you guys might know it's almost like shooting a film.
Sure.
Yeah. You kind of turn up maybe for a couple of days' work after a year, or or it comes out and you screen them for a couple of days, and then
That's right.
That's it.
You've done all the prep work, but there's no guarantee that the...
Well, I mean, at this point, if I haven't done my job, it's kind of out of my hands. It's going to all fall apart,
That's how
But
we
the nice thing is, Ryan, and that you can, if it does all fall apart, you just go around and get yourself a nice beersy.
Yeah, and I just run away. I always have always in my back pocket. There's flights to Brazil.
Yeah, totally.
Actually,
and a few weeks beforehand, I'm always on Seek looking for a job.
Yeah, sweet.
Just in case Monday rolls around and things didn't go so well.
Ryan, one good thing is because when you're in like event management, it is very stressful. You're wandering around looking at stuff, going, "Oh God, that looks wrong." Yep. However, from what I've seen of the people here, no one seems fazed.
No, man, and I think most of the breweries probably get a bit annoyed with me because when it comes to this point, I'm the kind of idiot who's walking around just giving them the thumbs up, going, "Everything all right?" Everything right, and just one after the other, and it takes me an hour and a half, 2 hours to get around. And,
your thumbs must be knackered.
Well, if I get back to the start and there's no knives in my back, then I've won.
You're good.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, mate.
You can't see me checking.
We arrived here just sort of at the end of the first session here today.
Yep.
She was full on, mate. Yeah. How's in terms of ticket sales, stuff like that?
It
seems to be going great.
It's pretty good. Tomorrow day sold out. This one was sold out. Those are the two that are traditionally the kind of sellout sessions.
Yes.
And then, so the 2 night sessions tonight, there's still tickets available for that.
Even tonight?
Even tonight.
So people could come down and catch the back end of our show by going to beervana.co.nz, buying some tickets.
Don't put them off, Keezy.
Oh. Come down and see Keezy.
And just very quickly too, Ryan, in terms of the breweries that are here and so forth. Obviously, a big fillip for them. You know what I mean?
I think so.
Is it a good? Is it a? It must be great marketing for them to have all these people come through and have a bit of a taste.
That's exactly what the festival is.
Yes.
It's a big marketing exercise. It's an opportunity for breweries of any size to get their beers in front of the largest, good beer drinking audience in the country. This is this festival is solely focused on beer and on trying beer. And whether you're a tiny brewery or a massive one, you can kind of have a space in here and hopefully, capture some minds and hearts and palates and.
Yeah. In terms of other festivals, where does this one sit? I imagine it must be one of the biggest ones. Is it one of the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere, mate?
In 2020 we were the biggest in the world, I think.
Wow.
Oh, true. Because we were open.
Because no one else was doing beer festivals. And we postponed to November, and there were all these people, all these Instagram accounts and like beer accounts in America going, meanwhile in New Zealand, there's 4,000 people on a concourse drinking, and they're all at home.
Good.
As part of your job, you must have to do a lot of research. Does that involve you flying around the world going to other beer festivals?
Mate, I married a German to do that.
Right. Oktoberfest.
I spent a bit of time over there, and the great thing there is that all the little villages have their own Oktoberfest. But, man, you tell people you run a beer festival, and they think, it must be the greatest job in the world. I sit in front of spreadsheets.
Yeah.
And the festival that I do, I don't really get to drink at.
Yeah.
I don't get to enjoy the fruits of my labour, except seeing people enjoying the fruits of my labour.
I tell you what, Ryan. Geez, I'm intrigued to, just have a bit of a sample of all the beers he's around here. Any chance of, maybe... because Keezy here, he loves his beers.
Did I do it?
And, like a little sampler or something like that for the big show?
Oh, I reckon there might be someone coming on soon with his who could probably bring some beers from right behind us.
Yeah, good on you. Hey, Ryan, thanks so much for coming on the show,
My
mate.
pleasure.
Well done on the organisation. Looks amazing.
And that's right. And if you do want to get tickets for either tonight or tomorrow night, beervana.co.nz, get stuck in.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, yes, indeed. Everclear there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon, live from Beervana in Wellington. A few more shout-outs, I believe, fellas, on 3483.
Oh, so many shout-outs. Some lovely anonymous New Zealander here is just wishing everyone at Beervana a nice time.
Oh, yeah, good on you, you backbone.
Massive backbone. Of course, we're live from Beervana right now. Shout-out to Chloe. The plane's taken off and it's not planning on landing until Sunday. So shout-out to you, Chloe.
Holy.
Sounds like a bit of my cup of tea. Shout out to me, Dion Hamilton, who's an absolute legend. And then another anonymous text. Shout out to me. It's my birthday and I'm on my way to get Keezied.
Yeah, it's interesting, actually. We were chatting to another chap just before the emoji, and it's his birthday today. It's Keezy's tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, could we ever forget that it's Keezy's birthday tomorrow? He's been crapping on about it for about the last 3 weeks, mate.
Well, I mean, and yet somehow I didn't remember to buy him anything.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
Same.
right, yeah. Well, because you wouldn't have bought me that individually. You would have pooled your money to get something big, and I'm excited to see what it is.
I tell you what I could do, actually, Keezy. I could pop into your hotel room tomorrow morning and give you a bit of a rub down.
Oh, yeah? Just stick that snout through the old door there. Keezy, are you awake, buddy? Happy birthday, fella.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, Jace, you know what I would like? You know what I would like for my birthday?
What's that, mate?
Where did you get that backbone rash top?
I will say, I'm wearing a very tight backbone T-shirt.
I'll say that as well.
But I will also say I've been working hard out at the gym there, fellas, and let me just say that it wasn't this tight when I first put it on.
I actually thought you were wearing a backbone wetsuit, and I was thinking, where'd you get that from?
I know, and you can check out all the contours, all the musculature. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, I was just going for a little wee before in the break there, and I caught a sight of myself in the mirror, and I went, hello.
Yeah, well, if anyone else wants to catch sight of Hoyt and his rash top, check out the Hodaki Big Show Instagram. We'll chuck it up shortly. It is my birthday tomorrow. I'm a child of the 90s, and guys, the 90s till now countdown, it starts Monday.
You're joking.
Sure does.
Is that right? I understand it's 8:30 on the Matt and Jerry show. Is that correct?
That is correct.
8:30 sharp.
8:30 a.m. Matt and Jerry show will be ripping into the song number 900 on the 90s till now countdown. If you want to vote, there's still time. Text song to 3483. In return, you go on the draw to win one of the best prizes we've ever had, 90 vinyl, a.k.a. an instant record collection.
Ooh.
So good. Get involved, New Zealand. Get involved in the meantime. Let's crack into a bit of Queen, shall we?
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, yes, indeed. Fatboy Slim there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show live from Beervana in Wellington. Keezy's a very happy man. He's just scored himself a couple of hazies.
Yeah, a couple of free hazies courtesy of Mario at Double Vision Brewery. If you're keen for a hazy, make sure you go and see them. Drink responsibly, of course.
It smells beautiful, I must say.
Oh, it does. Hey, you can smell it from all the way back there, can't you?
Yeah, I can.
We're about 10 metres apart.
I gave you that one.
Another shout out as well to Jace, who I gave you a bit of stick for wearing a rash top. It turns out, Mike, he's actually wearing his wife's backbone T-shirt.
Well, look, the funny thing about it is he's wearing his wife's backbone T-shirt, he's wearing his wife's socks, which is another habit he's fallen into.
I am, actually. I actually am.
And your swan dry you're wearing is way too big for you as well.
Yeah. I don't know who swan dry it is, but that's about 4 sizes too big for me. I'm a real mismatch.
Guys, I've got a false reputation for doing plane steamers. And I'd just like to point out that this trip, I didn't actually do one. I was in my seat the whole time. It was a 40-minute trip, so of course. But one person who did was Mike Minogue. We were queuing up to board, and you can see the video up at the Hodaki Big Show Instagram story. Literally 2/3 of the plane had boarded. Mike was sitting there waiting for everyone to go by, and then at the last second he goes, crap, I've had 2 coffees. I think I need to go to the loo before we hop on. Runs to the toilet, and
I didn't run.
Well, you sort of you had a spring in your step.
Oh, yeah.
You were walking with purpose.
I was happy, mate. Hanging out with you, Keezy. I was overjoyed.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, that explains a lot. I'll be honest, you were in there for probably 4 minutes. It was one of the quickest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. Were you looking?
Yeah, I was looking at the door. I was filming.
I thought you were looking over the top.
No. But cutting it fine with a plane steamer just before hopping on?
Well, the thing about it is, Keezy, the reason why I did that is because I am a massive backbone. All right? I am considerate of my fellow travellers, unlike you. I have never in my life done a steamer on a plane, and at 46 years of age, I'm not about to start now. Now, especially after the example that you've been setting, every single time we go away on the road. Absolutely reeking the joints out.
Oh, look, and I can say in my 42 years, I've never done a steamer on a plane either. And, you know, when you have done that in the past, Keezy, the mid-flight steamer, it just becomes a capsule of poison in the whole plane, and can really bring the spirits of the whole or the crew of everyone down, Mogi.
Yeah, that's
right.
You know
what I
mean? I didn't realise actually that the pilots had the ability to accelerate.
Yes.
But every time old Keezy opens the door and there's a waft of filth that billows out from behind him and invisibly sort of drops down over the entire passenger, over the whole plane there, he just floors it somehow, and you sort of reach your destination within about 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you why that is, Mogi, because...
Why is that, Jace? Please, go on.
When Keezy does a mid-flight steamer, they generally lose about 10,000 feet in altitude.
Now, I just want to point out that there's a couple of things going on here. We've got the mid-flight steamer and the midnight steamer.
Yes.
they're two different things.
Oh, they're very different things.
I'm looking forward to going overseas with Keezy somewhere so he can do a midnight mid-flight steamer.
Oh, mate, that's the dream right there. Can I also point out another thing? We're live at Beervana right now. We're between sessions. It's just Wellington Stadium. A lot of people walking backwards and forth, and yarns about me doing steamers echoing out throughout the causeway while people that don't know who we are giving us the side-eye. So it's just fantastic.
Oh, good stuff. Hey, let's get back into the tunes, Friday afternoon. Here's The Clash.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keezy. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, yes, indeed. What a way to finish off the hour, the Killers there. This is the Big Show live from Beervana in Wellington. Coming up next, of course, the Friday Throbber. Looking forward to that, fellas?
Yeah. Throbber.
Yeah.
I've got a couple in a row and Keezy's a bit nervous. I'm catching up.
Yeah, you are.
He's miles away, though.
Well, I'm on 11, you're on 7.
Yeah.
Jace, you're on -3.
I'm on 4, and I'm just bobbing in the sea as your ships sail off into the ocean. But we'll see what happens after 5 o'clock.
Hey, Jace, at least you've got a rash top on, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It'll keep me warm.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keezy.
It's the Hodaki Big Show's Friday Throbber.
Yes, indeed, the Friday Throbber, the highlight of the Big Show week. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, you might be thinking, what the hell's the Friday Throbber? Well, what it is, in essence, is each of us here, i.e. me, Keezy and Minogue, we each pick a tune to try and kick off your Friday night celebrations heading into the weekend. Isn't that right, fellas?
Absolutely it is, and it's a bit of a competitive thing, isn't it?
Wow.
Massively. Well, I mean, for me and Mike it is.
For you two it is. I'm falling off the wayside badly at the moment.
That's right.
I feel good about this week for you, though, Jace. I really do.
No. Don't patronise me, you SOB.
By the way, if you're listening and you're wondering, why do we sound so echoey? It's because we're at Beervana in Wellington. The first session's just been ushered out. The second session's at the door right now, ready to come in and get their throb on as well.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that, fellas.
It's going to be great.
Now, listen, just on the Throbber as well, you decide, New Zealand, so you decide what the Throbber will be. Give us a call on 0800 Hodaki, and the first of 2 wins, basically. Yep. Shall I kick us off, fellas?
On,
All right, here. Hopefully a bit of a tune for you. Come on, New Zealand. Vote for Hoodie J.
Is that Sober by Tool?
No, The Pot.
Oh, The Pot.
That is a tune.
Great tune.
Thanks, fellas.
Great selection, Jace.
Thanks, fellas. I would have liked them to play it a little bit longer there, Brooke, but no, that's okay.
Don't name and shame our full producer.
Sort of faded it down pretty damn quick. I didn't really get a good run at it. No doubt you'll play their songs twice. Next up, Keezy, what do you got for us, mate?
I've got an absolute classic for you guys today, The Kinks.
Okay, that's enough, Brooke.
La 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 la. Yeah. The Kinks for Keezy. Mogi, what have you chosen today?
Going with a little bit of the old Benny Benassi, Satisfaction.
Oh my goodness.
And then just hurt
God.
me.
Yummy boys!
Satisfaction.
Wait for the drop, yo.
Go, Brooke.
That's actually a filthy drop, isn't it? Holy cow.
Yeah, my tune had a really good drop too, but unfortunately it faded out just before they
nothing
got
drops
to it.
like
Hey, now listen, you decide, New Zealand. Give us a call right now on 0800 Hodaki. In the meantime, let's kick off with a bit of Tame and Parla.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon live from Beervana. And apologies here, we had a few beavers in the wiring there, Mogi, and everyone unfortunately missed the drama and the chit-chat re the Friday Throbber.
Yeah, that's right. We had a bit of drama with the technical side of things, but also a bit of a drama with the Throbber itself. And Keezy, you might be able to talk us through it, mate.
Yeah, sure. So what happened was Jace chose a fantastic, actually probably your best ever choice, Jace. You chose Tool, The Pot. The reason why it was the best choice ever was because it was one that I had previously chosen, and then so Jace was actually immediately disqualified.
Yeah, and he was not happy about it.
Jace.
If I remember correctly, Jace, you said, I'm never going to play this effing game again.
I'll be
this is
honest
a load
with
of S. and I'm not putting up with it anymore.
I'll be honest with you, Mogi. It was kind of fortunate, actually, that we had technical difficulties. Let's just put it that way, because I was effing and jeffing like you would not believe.
Yeah.
But, there you go. These things happen, and Hoity J will take it on the chin.
Well, you are very lucky that it didn't go to air, because it was real cancelable stuff. Like, you were targeting various different groups in society and really letting them have it. So, if anything, I think you've escaped with your career intact, and it's a miracle.
Yeah, look, it's a blessing in disguise, fellas. It's a blessing in disguise.
But ultimately, justice was served, and old Mogi came out on top. 3 weeks in a row, I've had a win now.
Are we counting that as a win?
And what the sad thing about it is, Keezy only a few weeks ago was 11-5 up. He's now looking at 11-8.
Yeah.
Old Mogi's chasing him.
Hang on.
I've got to say, Mogi,
it's Keezy by a massive honker.
I'm going to take a leaf out of your book, mate, and just go full yummy boy on my choices from now on. Just some.
Can I just confirm? Hang on.
Yummy boys.
And what I really like about it is we heard that song at the darts, and Jay sort of straight away said, I want to choose that for my throbber next week, and then he completely forgot about it. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have that.
Yeah, he stole it.
Wait, so you stole it from Jace?
This is what I am.
He didn't use it.
This is what I am up against every single
Hang on,
day.
Jace. No, you stole my song I'd already played before, so don't you start. And just before we go to the next tune, does that count as a win?
Yep.
I don't think it does.
Yep.
Well, actually, technically speaking, I didn't hear the callers either.
No, I agree.
We couldn't hear anything. We did a great break, other than Jason, the
Jace,
cancelable.
you just have to decide who you want to win more, Keezy or myself.
Well, this is BS. Who was making fun of your rash top earlier, Jace? Minogue.
Well, if it's is it my call? Is that what you're saying, Mogi?
I think so, yeah. I'm happy to go with that.
Okay, well, fair enough. Mogi.
Yeah.
Oh, you would say that. Well, just play the Red Hot Chili Peppers, all right? This is BS.
You should start effing and jeffing.
I don't want to get cancelled like Jace. What about all those sort of minority groups he was targeting? That was outrageous.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Red Hot Chili Peppers there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon, live from Beervana. Another special guest in the studio with us, Simon Nicholas from Hop Federation, which just coincidentally is our brewery of the day, I believe, fellas. And also, just coincidentally, is right next to where we're broadcasting. Simon, how are you going, you mad bastard?
Yeah, not too bad, eh?
Yeah, good stuff. And I tell you what, Keezy's been hoeing into your hazy there. What do you think, Keezy? You're saying it's a beautiful drop.
It is one of the best things I've ever tasted.
Shucks, thanks, man.
And I've tasted it a lot, Simon, just today. You know what I mean? So you're doing a good job.
He's gone all the rounds. So obviously, Simon, a beer festival like that's got to be good for you fellas. Get your name out there and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah, it's always good, and it's always good to catch up with a whole lot of people that you don't really see too often.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's for our 10 years as well. It's pretty sweet to get out.
Well, that's the other thing too that I'd like to know, because there's a lot of breweries here. Do you guys interact a lot? Do you sort of or is there massive competition like us with the throbber and stuff, and your fisticuffs, or you get along and try and help each other out?
Yeah, I reckon most of us get along really well. We've got a new brewery that we're currently getting up and running down in Motueka.
Nice.
And there's been a few problems, so just ringing around a few of the breweries and helping out and just getting advice and all that sort of stuff. So we definitely all talk to each other quite a bit.
Wow, because, Hodaki literally just had technical issues and we rang the hits and they told us to get stuffed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The camaraderie.
I was pretty well known back in the day Simon, for my home brew. Hoity J's home brew, it was 13.5%, mate. Was there any possibility you and I maybe could have a little discussion? You look to get Hoity J beersies on brand.
Always keen to do something nice and high in alcohol, so yeah.
Yeah, nice. So do you find after something like this, a festival like this, that, sales go up a bit and you get a bit more awareness of what you're doing?
Yeah, I think they do, I think just people kind of recognise when they're in the supermarket and stuff like that and go, actually I've had that.
Yes.
Beervana.
Actually, sorry, how much does the image on the can and the design affect people's decisions? Because when I go into an alcohol store to buy, when I'm drinking responsibly, of course, I quite often am swayed towards things that look cool when it comes to craft beer.
Yeah, and obviously heaps of breweries do that.
Yeah.
But with our branding and all that sort of stuff, I've always wanted to keep it really nice and clean,
slick,
and simple. Yeah, it's about the beer. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But obviously, customers still got to buy it, right?
Yeah.
But it's not, I'm just keeping it clean.
Yeah. But you actually probably stand out by keeping it clean, because there's some colourful cartoons and all sorts of stuff going on most of the cans. It's like you wouldn't want to be on the old mushies when you're going to buy your beers.
Yeah, no, that's
so
true.
Just remember that, mate.
You see, my homebrew was just in your brown bottle. Didn't have any markings at all, and it was hugely popular.
Didn't you used to make it in your toilet?
Yeah, I used to make it in my toilet bowl there, get it brewing. So when did you guys get started? How long have you been running for?
10 years, isn't it?
Yeah, 10 years.
10 years, that's right, actually your birthday. It's your birthday today. Yeah.
Right.
My bad.
Yeah.
And so 10 years in the beer brewing game, the craft game. Is New Zealand a healthy place to do that? Like, because we have quite a lot of craft beer breweries, Are there enough people around drinking craft to keep that sort of business afloat?
Oh, it's
or is
a
it
big
tough?
call at the moment. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, right.
It's 10 years, and it's I kind of feel like it is. There's those waves, It was pretty good at the beginning, and then we had a big dip, and I kind of feel like we went up, and now we're kind of in that little dip again.
What?
And
is it affected by, like, for example, if people don't have as much money to spend in their pockets, they'll go for the cheaper stuff. You know what I mean? And is it quite affected by how the economy's going and things like that?
Probably is.
Yeah.
A whole lot of mates that are not spending as much on top shelf craft beers, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I mean, excise tax and everything else is all going up, right?
She'll go back up, mate.
Yeah, she'll go back up, Simon, and I shall let you go, mate, because I see the punters are pouring in here again, mate. You got to get back there and get behind the old vessel there and get the people served.
Cheers, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good on you, mate. All the best.
Thank you.
If you are in the market for brews, make sure you do check out Hop Federation. 10 years in the business. They also have an amazing crayfish cheese roll on offer.
You're joking.
If you want to come down to Beervana and get stuck in, beervana.co.nz, there are tickets available.
Oh, there's one here. How good.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, yes, indeed. Smashing Pumpkins there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon, live from Beervana. And I can tell you, fellas, the punters are coming back in for the second section, and the energy's rising. And I tell you what, we've just been given some cheese and crayfish rolls. Yeah. How good, boys, how good.
Absolutely next level. Thanks to our mates over there at Hop Fed. Bloody beautiful.
Bloody beautiful.
If you're here at Beervana, check them out. Also, there's a massive sporting weekend ahead, so let's get into a bit of this, shall we?
Time to chat footy with me, Keezy. What are the Warriors up to?
The Warriors tonight, 8 o'clock, taking on the Manly Sea Eagles. A bit of a slight issue for the Warriors, though. They've lost veteran forward, impact forward, Jazz Tevanga. He's gone down to a hamstring injury, fellas. And
sorry, Keith.
Hang on, Jace.
It's quite funny, actually, Mogi, when I first got into the NRL there, and I would have to say that old Manly were the side, because, of course, Ridgie played for Manly, and that's why I got into them as a side.
Didn't you play for old Manly?
And they've done okay throughout the seasons, a little bit down the table, but still a team to be wary of.
Very much so. Totally. Particularly you got Daly Cherry Evans there, who's fresh off destroying New South Wales for Queensland there.
Yeah, totally.
He has a habit. Even though Manly are down the table, they do have a habit of, no matter where they are, year after year, they dismantle the Warriors. They've managed to find a way, and they are a bit of a bogey team. I mean, when you look back at the record, we've played them 29 times.
Yes.
And Manly have won 21 of those.
Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Warriors have only won 8, and only 4 in the last 20 years.
Well, that's an incredible stat, mate.
I told him
those kind of stats.
Yeah, well, I know. That's why I always love... what you've got to say about league,
well,
Mogi, because
that,
I know you bleed rugby league.
Well, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Can I just say that I am a little bit worried about this game for the Warriors. The last couple of weeks, they haven't been at their best, and it feels like this could be a bit of a banana skin. They need to sort out their errors. They need to sort out their completion rate. And they just need to get back to enjoying the game.
Yeah, discipline.
Well, well, talking to Andrew too, and I mentioned it last week. Their discipline is on and off at the moment. It's not consistent throughout the 80 minutes.
Well, I was just thinking that...
that's something that they need. If they want to be real contenders, they need to sort this game.
Absolutely they do. We are playing, teams that are in the bottom half of the table. So we need to be improving week to week if we're going to be any chance when it comes to that.
That's literally
the real final.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, it's also time for Yummy Boys.
Keezy's Yummy Boy of the Week.
Yummy.
Yummy boy of the week, the young fella.
Easy on Casey. Come on, mate.
Okay, stuff it. Yummy boy of the week is Wade Egan, who's playing this week despite having a throat injury.
God bless him.
Absolutely yummy. By the way, if you're going to watch the game, 8 o'clock, make sure you check on the ACC's commentary, Sky Sport 9.
Backbone.
This is a great show.
Great tune.
Really good job there, Keith.
Well done, buddy.
Really good. Talking Heads, how good.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
The dudes there to finish off the 5 to 6 hour. We're live from Beervana in Wellington, and I tell you what, they've just opened up the gates, fellas. The people are coming in.
Another name for it could be Beervana.
Yeah, she's chilly, Moses.
She's cold down here,
She's real chilly.
I'm not
Pugs
cold.
is here. He's just wearing his T-shirt. He doesn't care. I've seen a couple of people T-shirt and shorts. They just shut up and get on with it down here.
Yeah, totally, mate.
Yeah, just like me.
There's a reason you're not cold, Keezy.
Why is that?
Well,
I've got my Swanee on.
Well, no.
What?
No. I don't think you'll be feeling much, to be honest, Keezy.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, to be fair, the brewers here at Beervana have been very generous with their products.
Yes, they have been.
They keep bringing over more than is what is necessary.
Well, as we mentioned just earlier, the guys from Hop Federation gave us a couple of cheese and crayfish rolls.
Which, by the way, is a cheese roll from Southland with crayfish in it.
Crayfish and melted cheese.
Amazing.
It was just amazing. Hey, speaking of amazing, go and check out our Instagram account at the moment. There is crap loads going on. As you can imagine, when the big show's on the road, there's a lot of stuff happening, fellas.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans, I think, is one way of putting it. We'll be getting into some of that after 6 o'clock. What do you reckon?
Yeah, was a bit of a shambles, Keezy.
There absolutely was a bit of a shambles. So we've had a mixed bag in terms of our transport down here. Once we got here, however, that was when the biggest shambles of all happened, and it happened to one member of the big show, Jason Hoyt, who was on his own. And Jace, you'll regale us with that tale after 6, right?
Yeah, sounds like a good old time. Also, the result of the Big Show, Big Poll, fellas. I'll be intrigued to see what the Kiwis say out there.
That's right. If you want to vote on that, Hodaki Big Show Instagram story, the big poll is talking to your Uber driver, yes or no.
Beautiful.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yeah, welcome back, you mad bastards. You're listening to The Big Show live from Beervana in Wellington. And I tell you what, fellas, I've opened the gates and the people are pouring in!
It's like a zombie apocalypse, isn't it? All these absolute animals, these bottom feeders, pouring through the doors with a thirst for beersy.
They look thirsty to me, Mogi. Very, very thirsty indeed.
I tell you what, never have I felt so a part of a crowd, you know what I mean? I feel like I've found my home.
These are your people, Keezy. These are your people.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
If you're in the area, come on down, because I still think there's a few tickets for sale.
That's right, beervana.co.nz, a few tickets remaining.
Also, go and check out the Instagram account. There's so much going on there.
So much.
Part of the story today, fellas, we're in the Koru Lounge there. Yeah. Keezy's first time in the Koru Lounge, by the way, Mogi.
And let me say, it was only because you were kind enough to bring him in there.
Yeah, totally.
And sort of my feeling on it is, when you are the guest of somebody in the Koru Lounge, you sort of, you've got to be on your best behaviour, because it's sort of in your name in this case, Jace.
Oh, yeah. I was your guest.
And just a little, they've got a little breakfast buffet there, Mogi. Keezy, of course, went straight into the breakfast buffet, piled his plate up, but then had the audacity to complain about the beans.
Oh, well, to be honest, the beans were very, very watery. That was my only thing.
Yeah.
So, and so I had 2 little English muffins, had to put them through twice because they didn't cook quite enough. And then, hang on, Jace, just let me finish this great yarn. Hang on. And then I had to get the beans, I put them on the thing, and then immediately the whole plate was like soup. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine, Mogi?
Yeah.
I go out of my way, I put my name on the line, I bring in Keezy as a guest.
Who he
loads up his plate, the beans are a little bit runny, so he smashes it against the wall and has an absolute massive meltdown.
Yeah. No, it sounds about right, man, but I almost feel like, it's almost your fault, Jace, because how did you expect an animal like Keezy to behave?
Yeah, I know, mate.
You take somebody like him into a classy establishment with food on the house, with beersies on the house, and next thing you know, Keezy's over there, he's cracked open a bottle of wine and he's just chugging it down.
That was the other thing, Mogi. I went over and I said, Keezy, Easy. You want a flat white or something like that, buddy? They're all free here, but you're right, chugging on a bottle of Pinot. You know what I mean? It's like, for God's sake, you could at least put it in a glass, Keezy.
Well, New Zealand, make sure you're chugging responsibly, all right? That's what I like to say. And, Jace, I might not ever be invited back into the Kuru Lounge, so I like to make the most of it.
Correct. Yeah, that's true, mate. Well, I'm going back home tomorrow, and you won't be coming with me, Keezy. I tell you that much. Hey, plenty coming up, including Space Hog.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Van Halen there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon, live from Beervana in Wellington, and they've opened the gates and the people are pouring in, and it's just chaos and anarchy. And I tell you what, you were saying, Mogi, that it's Keezy's people, and I've got to agree with you, mate. It's Keezy's people.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're looking for a good time and a few beersies.
They come in here and they've sort of got this hunger in their eyes.
Yeah, a desperation.
A desperation, thank you. They've got one thing on their minds and they're not going to be happy until they get it. Keezy had that when we sort of jumped on the plane today. But he's sort of satisfied over the course of the day, and now he's getting a little bit cross-eyed. But it's nice to see him out and about with his folks.
Yeah, totally.
I'm with my people, fellas, and I feel right at home. I haven't seen a single person who I wouldn't like to just sit down and have a great chat with for at least 5 hours. You know what I mean?
Totally, mate. Totally. But right now it's time for Big Poll. Yes, indeed, the Big Show, Big Poll. The question today, very simple. Do you talk to your Uber driver, yes or no?
Oh, sorry, Jason, it's actually chatting to your Uber driver, yes or no.
Chatting with your Uber driver, yes or no.
It's attention to detail stuff. I'm sorry, totally. I'm anal about
it. But this is my vibe on it, fellas.
Go on.
My vibe is that most people are like us and probably prefer not to chat. So I'm saying 60 no to... You made 60-odd to 20-odd no to yes.
20-odd?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mathematically add up.
Wow, yeah, but not many people voted on this one, weirdly.
No,
there's still a percentage, though.
That doesn't make any sense.
It usually adds up to 100. I'll be specific. I'll say 65 say, yes, I would. No. Oh, yes, I would chat to my Uber driver, and 25% say no.
What about the other 10% that you haven't accounted for with mathematics?
No comment for those.
No comment from me. Yeah, look, man,
opinion, Mogi.
I love talking to Uber drivers. It's the best conversation I get all day, especially Monday to Friday. I reckon you're in the ballpark. I'm going to go about 64% yes, but I don't think 10% haven't voted. I reckon probably 35% or whatever makes it up to
34. 100%. Yeah.
I think they're saying no.
Okay, so you're going to lock in 60...
I'm going two-thirds.
Two-thirds yes, one-third no, and Jason, what was yours? 25% sort of, 10% haven't voted.
I'm going to say 65% say no, and 35% say yes.
Did you before, right?
No.
Seriously, before, when Pug said, I've just seen Jace checking the big poll.
Yeah.
Was he telling the truth? Were you cheating?
No, I was going through our Insta account. There's a lot of good stuff on there. And I'm saying 65% of people say no, I would not. Say no.
Oh, say no.
Yes.
In that case, you're massively wrong.
You're massively wrong, but
he's doing joking.
He's doing that on purpose to throw us off the scent.
You are joking. Hey, Pugs, our battery is low, mate. I don't know what to do about that. Listen, we've had some antics coming down to Welly on the trip down. We'll be getting into that next, won't we, fellas?
Yeah, and just a note from Pugs, who's sort of screaming us in the background. He said he witnessed you vote on the poll.
Well, did I get it horrifically wrong or not?
Jace, you got it exactly the right percentages, but wrong.
Yes, totally wrong.
Oh, what are the chances of that?
Which I don't know. I think it's because I'm in a different city. You know, I'm just a little bit out of whack.
Yeah, right.
That's what's going on.
Hey, coming up next, by the way, Jace has got a great story about a QR code. Hey, Jace.
Yeah, Kesey.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Weezer there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon, live from Beervana in Wellington, and I can tell you she's going off.
Yeah.
The gates for the second session have been open, and the people are pouring in.
Certainly are.
Good times.
A lot of shout-outs still coming in on 3483, by the way. I'd love to give a big shout-out to Elliot, who's been volunteering here at Beervana. He's been sitting listening for the last hour. Your partner just texted in, mate. Appreciate the support.
Want you to get home. Hurry up.
Yeah.
She's embarrassed.
Yeah.
But Jace, weren't you telling us a really funny story earlier about you and a QR code?
Oh, yeah, it was hilarious, Keezy. I went into my hotel room today, fellas, and they don't have hard copy, sort of telling you all the information of what's going on in the hotel anymore.
Did you go into the bathroom and get the hand towel and put it beside the bed?
Oh, yeah, no, the first thing I do when I go to any hotel room is I make sure that I've got hand towels beside the bed.
Why is that?
And then I always like to have a little peruse, Mogi, of what's on the TV and the rentals and stuff like that.
Jace, why hand towels? What is it for the reason I'm picturing?
Well, what are you picturing, Keezy?
Are you blowing your massive honker?
Yeah, well, it's blowing something like that, Keezy.
God.
But yeah, so anyway, but now that you've got your little scanner things, your QR scanner stuff. Now here's my phone, fellas. Here's my phone. There's no scanner on my phone.
Sure.
QR code scanner.
It's a Huawei phone.
It's a Huawei.
Yeah.
And there's no scanner on the bastard, all right? So I go, I've got to go to the app store there, old Hoity J, and I already get sort of anxious about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I see, QR scanner. So I download that bastard Mogi. I download it, and then I install it, and then I open it up, and it goes, and I set you up an account there, Hoity J, and it's like, great, and I email and my password, and then I ask for credit card details, and I was like, oh, that's a bit weird, because it says it's free. It's free.
So what did you do?
Why would they want my credit card details? And I went, well, I'm not,
they know what they're doing.
Yeah, fair call. I'll put my credit card details in there. Douche. Put it all in there. Go to activate the bastard. Activate the bastard, and it's like... And so I go to do the scanner, and it doesn't work. It just takes me back to the beginning of the whole goddamn process. So my scanner doesn't work, and I go... I wonder why they made me put my credit card details in there.
You don't wonder that before you put your credit card details in?
Well, I did wonder a bit, Mogi. So I go into my bank account and I check my credit card, and the bastards have charged me $67.99. It said it was free, and it doesn't even work.
The really weird thing about this, Jay, is not just that you put your credit card details in to get a QR code scanner, which pretty much most people would get for free with their phone.
Apparently so, yeah.
So I asked you before, what kind of a phone have you got? And you told me. So I Googled it here, and it says, open the stock camera app on your Huawei phone and point it steadily for 2 to 3 seconds towards the QR code you want to scan. Your phone comes with a QR scanner.
So your phone has a QR code scanner, but you just don't have it set up?
You don't know how to use it?
Nah. And I paid $68 for a piece of shit that doesn't even work.
Yeah.
But there you
go.
So we're going to go to a tune next, but what I'm going to get you to do, Jace, is because when you actually signed up and put your credit card details into a free QR code scan... By the way, this is the equivalent of downloading a flashlight app on your phone to make the flashlight work. I bet you've done that before. Have you done that before?
I don't know if my phone's got a flashlight.
Better download the app and chuck your credit card in, mate. So what we'll do is we'll go to a tune next, but you got sent an email. I'd love to read...
You're not going through my photos there, are you?
No.
Yeah, good shit, man.
Oh. Is it because of all the chode photos you've got? That's a bit weird. But what I want to do is read the email you were sent when you subscribed, because you've signed up to something. I don't know what it is you've signed up to, but you have paid for a premium pass to something.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
And I have no idea what it is. So let's go to a tune and we'll get into that next.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yes, indeed, Queen to the Stone Age there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show, live from Beervana in Wellington, and it is absolutely going off here, as you would imagine, fellas. Bit nippy. She's a bit nippy.
She is a little bit on the chilly side, but you get a few in you and you won't feel a thing.
Yeah, for some reason
Responsibly.
I get a few in you responsibly, for sure.
I disagree. I'm actually quite warm, hot under the collar.
You're steaming out your ears there, Keezy.
Yeah.
And your massive snores.
Jace.
Yeah.
Actually, just on you, Jace, we just did a break about how you tried to scan the QR code in your hotel, realised your Huawei didn't have a QR code scanner, downloaded a free one which asked for your credit card details. You put them in. You were then charged $67.99. So I've gone through your emails and I have looked into the digital membership that you have just subscribed to for 12 months.
Oh, is it for 12 months?
Now, The crucial part of this is you need to go in there and cancel it, otherwise it will roll over in 1 year's time.
Right, okay.
Okay? So you have signed up to a digital membership at digitalmemberships.com.
Now, just to be clear here, Keezy, you are reading the email that's been sent through to Jace's phone?
Yes, so Jace was sent an email. By the way, this is funny as well. He was sent an automated email as soon as he signed up. He then responded to it saying, "What the hell? I didn't apply for this." And then another email came.
Well, it was a bit more eloquent than that, Keezy.
I was told this app was free, but then got charged $68, and when I go to use it, it takes me right back to the start of the process, ? So what you've signed up for is a 12-month subscription to digitalmemberships.com, gamesorama.com, and gamergalaxy.com. Now, the good news for you...
Yeah, please, give me some good news here, Keezy.
The good news for you is that you have now got access to The Boys Season 3.
Oh, wow.
What's that? Is that like
It's a cool TV show.
Which you also have access to on Amazon Prime.
You've already got that, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You've also,
did I sign up for that as well, did I?
You've also got 12 months access to Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, mean.
You have also been given a discount to buy Pokemon Legends Arceus Wardens.
Yeah, great. My question is, Keezy, does it have a QR scanner?
You've also been given a discount for FIFA 22 cheapest strikers players, if you're playing that online. I have no idea. There's no QR code here. What has happened, Jace? What has happened? You've downloaded a free QR code scanner. It has served you an ad for digitalmemberships.com. You have thought that is the QR code scanner. You've signed up to digitalmemberships.com, and then you've tried to use the QR code scanner.
So I signed up to a piece of shit that I don't even want.
Yes.
And it doesn't even have a QR scanner in it.
No, it doesn't. Hey, good news though. You've got unlimited access for 48 hours to any song you want.
Oh, that's good.
That's handy.
So 48 hours a month, you can listen to sort of any song you want.
Pretty good.
I might get The Pot by Tool.
Oh no, that's one of mine. Actually.
The other good news is you do have a scanner on your phone.
Oh, right, okay.
Which came with the phone.
Can I cancel that, or is it too late?
But
If it hasn't been processed on my credit card, can I cancel it?
Jace, why would you want to cancel it when you've got free access to Animal Crossing Pocket Edition?
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
Oh, yes, indeed. Run DMC there and Aerosmith on the radio. Hodaki Big Show live from Beervana. But right now it's time for...
We're off to find the brewery of the day.
Yes, indeed, the brewery of the day. I tell you what, there's a fair few here at Beervana in Wellington. Who are we focusing on today there, Keezy?
Well, just while Keezy has a look for that, I'll just give a little update on the QR code. I've gone into Jace's phone there, and I've spent about 9 seconds working on it. And Jace now has the QR code scanner activated, and it didn't cost you a penny. The beauty for you, Jace, is I only charge $150 for that service.
Oh, really, mate? Oh, that's great.
Give us your credit
card.
So
$150 plus 70, $220 is getting me to do a damn
also,
scam.
Just so you know, Jace, as well, what happened was, because it was free, you clicked, yes, I'd like to use this, and then an advertisement popped up that was one of those classic, click here to verify your account. You clicked continue. In future, if it says advertisement, just don't click anything.
Yeah, well, I know that, Keezy. Obviously,
do you know that?
I didn't have my glasses on, obviously.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Forgot your premium subscription to your glasses company. By the way, it is time to talk about the brewery of the day. Today, it's Altitude Brewing in
how good.
Queenstown.
Oh, my favourite.
They are literally one of my favourites. I had like a pre-honeymoon straight after I got married. We went down to Altitude Brewing there, me and my wife. Grow up, guys. Spent a lovely afternoon there. They are one of the best beers right on Lake Wakatipu as well.
Oh.
Beautiful spot and more of a sort of wine-making area, which I really love. They are here at Beervana. There are still tickets available for actually tonight's session as well.
Yeah, good.
Get down here.
Tomorrow night's session is the one with the most spots available. So if you are getting a bit of FOMO, fear of missing out, beervana.co.nz. Do come along and get amongst Altitude Brewing all the way from Queenstown.
Yeah, bloody great stuff. And, seriously, there are a few tickets still going around. So if you do want to get down there, great atmosphere, great breweries, good times, fellas, good times. Kesey's having a good old time of it.
I'm going to be honest, I'm having a fantastic time.
It is great because all the good people here just bringing over beersies all the time, Mogi. It's
plenty
it's
of
good
food
times.
as well. We had a few cheese rolls there. They brought over 8. Jace had 7. I managed to sneak 1.
Well, I had half of one.
Yeah.
So, sorry, he had 6.5.
Yeah, right.
Can I just clarify on that front? They were cheese and crayfish rolls.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. Good eat.
Beautiful.
And also, James Pugsley, our producer, who's been working his ass off, he came over and said, "Are there any cheese rolls left?" Hoodie J, nah, sorry, mate, don't know where they went.
Fortunately, we've been given a snack pack, and it's got some crackers and hummus, Pugs. Some hummus and crackers. You can have those, buddy.
Actually, no, I want those.
Quarter.
Tune.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, well, there you go. In a weird kind of way, fellas, it feels like we've just started. You know what I mean?
Keezy has.
Well, yeah, I mean, wow.
No, I haven't just started. I'm just getting started.
Yeah, he's just getting started there. But it's been an absolute pleasure being down here at Beervana in Wellington. And big day tomorrow, Mogi. Big day tomorrow.
Saturday, I call it.
Yeah.
Saturday. Another thing I call it is Keezy's birthday.
Yeah, Keezy's birthday.
Keezy's been banging on about his birthday for about 6 months so far. And we did get you something, Keezy. Didn't want you to go without, mate. And it's called the Happy Birthday Song. And it goes like this.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Keezy.
Okay, that'll do.
Happy birthday to you. Yeah, boy.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
Thank you.
I would have
Seriously, though, that's it?
I would have bought you a present, but I just blew $70 trying to get a QR scanner, buddy. So I'm rooted on that front.
Nah, it's all good, fellas.
Hey, incidentally, to all the people just standing out there listening to the show at the moment, who wants a Backbone T-shirt?
Got a few Backbone
They've got a few
T-shirts
Backbone
now.
T-shirts.
Yeah, we'll chuck them out for
there
you.
you go. Could you do that, Pugs? And they'll get you a cheese and crayfish roll, mate.
Good on you. By the way, if you are keen to hit up Beervana, there is another day tomorrow, the night session. Still got tickets available. Beervana.co.nz. Get stuck in.
And finally, up the Waz tonight.
Yeah, up the Waz. Go the Waz.
Make sure if you're watching it, ACC commentary, 8 o'clock, Sky Sport 9.
Yeah, beautiful. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you Monday.